Hi guys, welcome back. So today I'm going to be showing you how I do my hair with the Conair 2-in-1. Some of you have seen this video before. Unfortunately, I had to do my voiceover because of the background song. So here I am just explain again what I'm doing in this video. And before I begin, I get a lot of comments asking if this tool works with curly hair, and to be honest, I'm not sure. I've used this tool for a lot of years, but my hair is pretty straight. It's pretty frizzy, but it works perfectly with my kind of hair. And my siblings use it too, but they have the same texture of hair. So, to be honest, I'm really not sure. It's a good question that I also would like to know if it does work with curly hair. So, I'm starting off with damp hair, like always, and I will be adding some. I believe it's an anti-frizz. It is. You want to definitely add something to your hair just to help it set. I think this is like a sleek and shine serum. So I add just very little, never to my roots, just to towards like half all the way to my ends, just because my hair is pretty frizzy and you don't want to add too much. I just add a really small amount and just kind of rub it in evenly all over my hair. So I start off by sectioning my hair. I always do the top first because it's what the area that dries the fastest for me. So I always start on the top. I feel like you get the most volume when you begin in the front like this and then work your way up. And here I'm just adding a little bit more of that's Sleek and Shine serum, just because that area for me is the driest, and it also tends to feel a little dry, so I like to add this before I start. And I always have the setting on high. That's what works best for my hair type, but you're welcome to try in a lower setting. And I always like to brush my hair upwards to get the most volume. So here you guys can see that I pass it through my hair a couple times just to smooth it out. And then once I feel like it's smooth and it goes right through, then I go ahead and leave it upwards for a couple seconds. And then I'll go ahead and do it the same thing again. Usually I'll do it like 2 or 3 times. It depends how much time I have. And I'll just leave it there for a couple seconds. I really like to go through the end several times just because sometimes if you didn't go all the way to the ends, they can bend and then they won't look smooth. So I like to go over it a couple times, and especially for the front because it tends to be the area where it's the most damaged, at least for my hair. And you guys can see there's a beautiful bounce. And the secret to this hair, which I always fail to do, is to leave it alone. I have a habit of messing with my hair, but the trick to this is once you brush it out a couple times and you get the bounce you like, you just leave it alone and let it cool off. You don't touch it. Here I'm explaining, so I was touching my hair a lot, but that's exactly what you don't want to do. So to get the most volume, what I like to do, like you guys just saw, I do the top first and then I'll section the sides and then also brush them straight up to create the most volume possible. And that is the best way. I think your layers will just be super bouncy and your hair will be full of volume. I always brush straight up and then make sure you brush a couple times to smooth out those ends and then just leave it there right on the top for a couple seconds and then I redo it like I said 2 or 3 times. A mistake I've seen people make is they just brush straight down and kind of like turn the ends expecting to get all this volume, but it just looks very flat. So you always want to uh, brush the hair all the way up or at an angle, but just going towards the top so your hair will be nice and bouncy and it won't be flat. And now I'm doing the same on the other side, just going all the way up and leaving it a couple seconds. And here I am smoothing out those ends. And you guys can already see all that bounce. And now I like to go over the top once again, just with a little bit of hair from the sides also. And especially because in this video, as you guys can see, the fan is turned on, so my hair was drying pretty quickly. And then the fourth section I like to do is then the back of the head. I guess it's the crown, and that also makes you you want to take it all the way up, straight up, because it will give you the most volume, and you definitely don't want to skip this step. And you want to make sure your sections aren't too thick, because then you will not get as much bounce, and it also gets tangled sometimes if your sections are too thick. And then I like to go in the nape area. I like to divide it in two sections. And once again, I brush straight up to create volume. And here I made the mistake of going through my hair. Don't touch your hair, please. We have a lot of oils in our fingers, so that will make the hair kind of fall down. So just leave it alone. And here you guys can tell the difference of my frizzy hair that hasn't been brushed with this tool and then the rest of the hair. So I think it gives you a really nice look without being like pin straight. This is kind of the hair that I prefer, where it's straight but still has a lot of bounce and not super just flat and straight. And then when I'm done with everything, I like to go over certain areas. For me, usually it's the bottom, and I'm just going over it and grabbing bigger chunks just to kind of bring everything together and just to make sure the ends are all kind of going the same way. Maybe some of you might not need as many to go over your hair as many times as I am. It all depends on your texture. You don't have to do it this many times. But like I said, my hair is really frizzy, especially towards the bottom. So I just like to go over everything and kind of just seal it together just to make sure it doesn't get frizzy again once I go like outside and the air gets to it. So just kind of go give it the passes that you think your hair needs depending on your texture. So that's pretty much it, guys. I hope this video was helpful for you guys. Like I said, I had issues with the audio in this video, and it's my most viewed video for this hair tool. So I thought I would just redo the audio and maybe explain a little bit better what I'm doing. As you guys can see, the outcome is beautiful, and it's just my favorite look to have. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if it was helpful. Let me know if you have any suggestions to better this look. And If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe and give me a thumbs up. And I will talk to you guys on my next video. Bye.